First thing is to determine initiative, and hopefully we can get the survivors to go first, or only the survivors. And we did it again. Excellent, excellent job. I know it's just a random dice roll, but I'm going to call it an excellent job. Zombies scored higher than their rep. They don't get to go. Survivors scored lower than their rep. They get to go. Another turn where only the survivors get to activate. Our survivors get to act. The zombies do not. I want to try and get the survivors over towards these buildings in case I need to search them. I think the best approach there would be to come up around that way, because it keeps these zombies here from getting to me easily. And if I'm on this side of the building, if these zombies come out, they're going to have to go around the building to get to me. And there's 3 here, 2 here. Okay, that's what I'll do. I will have Tonya go first. Have her move 1. And she is 3 away from this group of 2 zombies, which puts them within range of her pistol. And I will have her, after making 1 move, take a shot to see if she can hit one of them. Tonya's on her way around that building, and she takes a shot. 4 plus her rep of 5 is 9. That's a hit. That means she takes out one of these zombies. She moved 1. So I'll have her continue her move. 2, 3, 4. And now we have Jimmy here, who can also move 4, and I want to keep him close to Tonya. I'm going to have him move 4 to be next to her, but before he does that, I'll have him take a shot into this building full of zombies to see if we can thin that out a little bit before we take off. So Jimmy will use his pistol, but he's going to move, so we can only take 1 shot. Jimmy fires around into the building, trying to take out a zombie before he starts moving around that other set of buildings to follow Tonya. He has a rep of 4, plus 2 is 6. That's not enough. That is a miss. Jimmy's shot was unsuccessful. Now we'll have him move his 4 to still be adjacent to Tonya. And that's going to end our turn for the players. The zombies, again, do not get to activate this turn, but we do have 2 shots to resolve. First, we'll resolve the shot for Tonya, and it does not attract a zombie. And hopefully we can get lucky here. The shot with Jimmy. Oh, it was going to hit. I think it was going to 2, but unlucky for us, we do generate another zombie. The shot that Jimmy fired. Oh, we'll just take the one that just jumped out of the bowl. And it will come in the direction number 4, bottom left of the hex. And Jimmy's shot was right here. So that zombie will come in down here next to the other one. Both of those shots are resolved. And that's going to end our turn. Take a look at our situation here. We have our survivors behind these 2 buildings, and we definitely do not want to go into any buildings we have not previously entered, because we already have, looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 12 zombies out. Now, right now, about half of them are not stacked up in a big pile. We need to try and do some hand-to-hand with these zombies, but we don't want to do that against ones that are in big groups. Maybe if we move around a little bit, we can get the zombies to thin out. Since some of them move 3, 4, and 5, maybe we can get them into smaller groups and take care of them before we go in to search for another weapon. Got some tough choices to make. We'll see what happens. We need to roll initiative for our next round. Is our good fortune going to continue with our initiative rolls? Yes, it is. Once again, zombies all have a rep of 4, too high for them to activate. Players roll low enough and will be the only group activating. Once again, only the players do. We have another turn where only the survivors are going to activate. I'm going to move them this direction. Make it more difficult for all these zombies to come towards them. But I'm trying to decide, do I want Tonya to rush into the building and try and take the zombies out hand to hand? There's 3 of them in there. I'll have Jimmy go first. Have Jimmy move 4, and I'll have him take a shot into the building to see if he can take one of them out. Maybe we'll then have Tonya charge in if it's only 2. Jimmy sneaks around the back of the building and is going to fire his pistol. Oh, and he just misses. His rep is 4. That's going to give him 7. That's not going to help us out. That's a miss. We had Jimmy take a shot and miss, which means there's a chance that that shot is going to cause another zombie to show up. Now we have Tonya. What do I want her to do? Okay, I'm going to have her move 2. I'm going to have her also fire into that building to see if we can take out a zombie. Tonya takes a shot with her pistol and connects. 5 and 5 is 10. That's definitely a hit. Tonya hits one of the zombies, and we'll take out one of these fast movers. And she still only moved 2, so I'm going to continue her move 3 and 4 to get her on the other side of the building, further away from these zombies that are down just out of shot. And that'll take care of our players' activation again. Now we need to resolve those 2 shots, one from each of our survivors. Jimmy shot first. We'll resolve his. And he got a 1. Great. No new zombie. And now Tonya. Let's get a 1, 2, or a 3, and that'll definitely be worth it. And a 3. Perfect. We pulled off 2 shots, took out a zombie, didn't attract any more. That's the way we need to keep doing it. Our shots have been resolved without attracting any more zombies. The zombies are getting a little bit thinner here. The main part of the pack is right here in this building here. We got some that are pretty far away here. And these are slow movers at 3. Then we got a 4 and a 4 here. So it'll take a few turns and a few activations for them to get to us. So we're doing a little bit better. We got 2 zombies here. I think it may be time to go into the building and try and clear them out. We'll see what happens with our activation during our next initiative. If it goes in our favor again, maybe we'll try that. Let's find that out right now. Time to roll initiative. Let's keep this luck going. And we did it again. Unbelievable rolling in my favor these past turns. Zombies too high to activate, players low enough to activate. This streak of luck is making up for our untimely death of Beck earlier on, so hopefully we can take advantage of this situation and get those zombies cleared out of this building. Now that we have the advantage here, because there's only 2 zombies in that building, I can have Tonya rush in and attack those 2 buildings by those 2 zombies by charging them. Because even though there's 2 of them, she also has a melee value of 2 and she has the option to re-roll a dice. So it's as if she has 3 against their 2. And she also has the higher rep, which means she has a better chance of getting successes than they do. Do I want to have Jimmy take a shot first? Or do I want to have her rush in? I think I'll have her rush in first. Yeah, we'll have her rush in first. That's 2 to move in. Then we'll have her charge. Normally we would have to do a wanting to charge check, but she's a star and she can choose her reaction, and she chooses to charge. We have her melee value of 2. We have 2 zombies, and we have a fight. And it looks like it's going to work out in our favor. The zombies have 1 success, 1 failure. We have 2 successes. And for the melee combat, the survivors scored more successes than the enemy, which means one of those zombies will be eliminated. Tonya rushed in there and went after this fast mover and took him out with hand-to-hand combat, leaving 1 remaining zombie for Jimmy to take a shot at and see if he can take it out. Jimmy has a gun and a rep of 4 and rolls a 1. Another disappointing shot by Jimmy. But Jimmy didn't move. Jimmy didn't move, which means he can take 2 actions. So I will give it another shot. And this time, a 5 and a 4 is 9. This time, he takes the zombie out. We will change this to 2 shots. And Jimmy was able to take out the last zombie in that building, which will clear Tonya to go ahead and search that building. As long as the zombies don't activate and enter the building to attack her, it'll give her a chance to search for a weapon. Now we need to resolve these 2 shots. Jimmy fired 2 shots, and neither shot resulted in a zombie. Really great dice rolling lately for our survivors. Very lucky. We needed it, and we're getting it. Those 2 shots are both resolved without attracting another zombie. He took 2 actions, so he does not get to move. That'll be the end of this turn. I'm going to take a quick look at the overall situation. Before we go into the next turn and roll our initiative, let's see what we're at. We have Jimmy with a pistol and a bat. We have Tonya with a pistol, and we're still searching for a second weapon for her. As soon as we find a second weapon for her, we're getting off this board and ending this scenario. We have 2 zombies nearby. We have a stack there of 4 zombies inside that building, and we got these 3 down here. The situation is much better, much more under control. Now we have these single zombies out here. If we don't have any zombie activation, I might have the survivors go outside and actually take them out in hand-to-hand. But if they don't activate, first we're going to check to see if there's anything in this building that Tonya can use as a second weapon. And maybe we won't have to even deal with those zombies. We'll just exit up to the north. It's time for a very important initiative check. If the survivors can go first on this one, maybe when we search that building with Tonya, she'll find a weapon, and then we can get off this board to end the scenario. And we do get to go first. The survivors got a 3, zombies got a 2, so the zombies will activate also, but our higher number gets to go first. I'm definitely going to have Tonya go first and search this building. Let me grab the deck of loot cards. Empty. That doesn't do us any good. So this building has now been searched. And now I have a decision, because I do have zombies that are going to be coming our direction. The only buildings we have left that have not been searched, we have one here, one here. There's an entered building that still needs search under this stack of zombies. Then we have one way up there off the out of frame right now that has not been searched. I think that's it. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 buildings that still have not been searched. Okay. Then should I move Tonya out of there to make it harder for the zombies to come at us? I think so, because this pack of zombies is going to come out of the building and start coming towards us. Tonya can move 4, and I will simply move her around the backside of this double building here that the zombies will have to go around to get to both of our survivors. Or no, what I'll do first is before she moves, I will fire a shot off to see if I can take that zombie out that's right next to the building. Oh, what am I saying? I can't do that. I already used her action to search. So we'll go with what I originally said and have her move to the back side of that building. And now Jimmy can move 4. I could have him pop out, shoot at a zombie, and then go back. I think I'll do that, because this zombie will reach him because it can move 3. So I'll have him move 2 and take a shot at that zombie. Jimmy has a rep of 4. He takes a shot at this zombie with his pistol and gets a total of 6. That's no good. Jimmy tried, but was unsuccessful. So he moved 2 to get there. I'll have him move 2 again back to where he was. And now we will activate the zombies. I will start with the zombies that are closest. This one that can move 3 will make it to Jimmy. Then this one can move 4 and will make it to Tonya. Now one-on-one, the survivors are pretty good since there's only one zombie and they get to roll 2 dice. And especially with Tonya, who can re-roll 1, so I'd rather have them fighting one-on-one like that. For Jimmy, we'll have to do a being charged check, but we'll deal with that in a moment. Then we have our zombies inside the building, and the most direct route is going to be that direction, because it would be a lot more moves to come over here to Tonya. This one can move 4, 4, 4, and 4. Okay, all of these zombies in here can move 4, so we'll move them as a group. They almost made it to Jimmy, but not quite. Then we have our stragglers that are way down here. And again, the most direct route would be between these buildings. This one, well, let me check. Maybe there is a more direct route to Tonya. 8 to Jimmy. 8 to Tonya. So this one's going to have to make a choice. He can only move 3. And his move wouldn't change until he decided and got to this point, which would be 5 from there, 5 from there. So I can move him without having to worry about randomly picking a direction, because he can only move 3. Now this one can only move 3. same thing. He's 9 away, depending on which one he goes for. And he's 9 away if he goes this direction. So is he going to go to the right and join this zombie, or is he going to go to the left and follow that zombie? Let me roll a dice and check. 1, 2, 3 to the left, 4, 5, 6 to the right. Which direction is our zombie going to take? And it's a 3, so he will go to the left. He decided to follow the zombie that was next to him in the trees here instead of picking up with this other one that was off in the distance. So he just shambled right on behind him. And that moved all of our zombies. We have melee combat that's going to occur one-on-one here. We do need to have Jimmy do a being charged test because a new zombie has entered his hex. And Tonya, she'll get to choose what she does because she has a star. First, we'll do the check for Jimmy. Jimmy has a rep of 4 that he has to roll 2d6 against. And, excellent, has 2 successes. So, with 2 successes, those that can will fire and then melee. So he's going to fire his gun off, and I'm going to have... No, I'm not going to have Tonya do the same thing. So Jimmy will fire his gun off, and Tonya, I'm going to have her just go into melee, I believe. Yes, so I'll have her choose to not fire and go into melee, but Jimmy will fire. We'll do that right now before we go back to the board. He has a rep of 4, plus 6 is 10, so his shot is successful this time, and he eliminated the zombie that was charging him. Jimmy was able to eliminate that zombie by firing his weapon as it charged towards him. Now we have Tonya here, who has 1 zombie to deal with in hand-to-hand combat. So Tonya with a melee of 2, 1 zombie. She gets 2 successes because her rep is 5. Zombie has 1 success. The survivor has more successes than the zombie, so 1 zombie will be eliminated. There's only 1 zombie there, so we've taken care of both the zombies that rushed at us. Another zombie is eliminated, this time without firing a shot. We do have 2 shots that need to be resolved. We have the one to the side of the building and the one he shot behind the building. Resolve both of these shots. First we'll roll the one for between the buildings. The first shot does not attract a zombie, and then the second shot behind the building also does not attract a zombie. That is perfect. We were able to eliminate both zombies that charge us, fire off some rounds, and not attract any new zombies. Both of our shots were resolved with beneficial results for our survivors. We have this group of 4 zombies that's coming towards us here. We got this spread out group of 3 down here that we got 2 slow movers that wouldn't reach us without a couple of activations, and this one over here can move 4 but is at least 6 away currently. It would not be able to reach us either. That'll end this turn. We have 2 buildings that we have not entered. We have 1 that we have entered that also needs searched. Then we have 1 building just off frame up here would be the final building. So there's 4 left. 3 that need to be entered, 1 that has already been entered. I think what I will do is, since this stack of zombies can only move 4, if I could get around them and into this building, they're 3 spaces, so they would need 5 to enter it and get me in 1 activation. and only this one would be able to get in there. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or move towards this building that's off and out of frame. That way it would drag the zombies towards me, then I could double back towards town if I had to. I'll try and figure out what I want to do, but first we have to do an initiative roll to see who gets to activate and who gets to activate first in our next round.